Well, first of all, congratulate Missouri State. They played very well. They got an outstanding club. Johnson's an outstanding pitcher. Did very well against us, and the entire team played good. Very discouraging end for us. When you come and you host, you like to think that you have a good chance to win as the #1 seed. So we just got to. Right now, we'll meet again as a team on Tuesday. A lot of thoughts going through my head right now, but #1, we got to figure out how to get Miami baseball back where Miami baseball's been for many years.
Questions for the student athletes?
Stephen, George William Palm Beach Post didn't seem obviously like you had your stuff today. Could you just talk about your outing today?
Just wasn't throwing strikes. That's all it was. I just wasn't throwing strikes really in the count, and just throwing fat pitches behind the count, and it's not very difficult to hit when you do that.
Susan Miller, Degnan Miami Herald. Stephen, the pressure today, did you guys feel a lot of pressure, or what was said before the game?
Oh no, I mean, I don't think we felt any pressure. I think we came out expecting to win the game, and I just think come out and execute. That's all it was.
Were there more nerves than usual today?
No, I just came out and felt good warming up, but just didn't throw strikes.
Stephen, how would you characterize this season?
It's definitely been a season of up and downs. We started off hot, we hit a little lull, and then we got hot again towards the end of the season, but we didn't get it done when it counted right here, so I think that's pretty much how it ends. So.
Brian London, All Canes Radio. Peter, do you think yesterday's loss was still kind of playing tricks with your mind as you took the field today?
I don't think so. I mean, baseball is a game where you take a loss and you come out the next day and it's a new game. And, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to wait a week, but it's definitely a tough way to go out, and definitely not the type of team we had.
Chris Stockton inside you, Peter. I mean, just how shocking is this? Just that's come to an end so quickly. Like Jim said, that you felt like you had a good chance to win it. How shocking that it's over right now.
It's definitely tough. I mean, you work so hard, and some of the things that you work for, like getting that #1 host in regionals, being the #1 team. Kind of everything sets up for you to succeed, and it's tough when you go out there and don't get the job done.
Peter, can you talk about this season? How from the beginning to end, how it went? You think?
It was tough. I mean, just like Steven said, we had a lot of ups and downs. We started off really hot, kind of had a little roll there, and got hot right around Georgia Tech and ACC tournament. But it's just it was tough to get everything together, and right when it counted, we didn't put it together.
What do you think the biggest challenge was for you guys this year?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a big challenge. It's just it's I mean, baseball's a tough game. Any given day, any team can win, and going out there and giving it everything you got. Sometimes it's not enough, and we didn't have it this week.
Just overall, your decision to come to Miami, looking back, obviously didn't end the way you'd like, but just your experience in 1 year here.
I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. It was definitely a blessing to come here and to be with the coaches and this team. And I wish we could have done a lot more. And it's definitely something hard to swallow.
Lyndall Scranton from the Springfield News Leader. Peter, when you're down 7-0, how demoralizing is that in the first inning against a guy like Johnson?
It's not demoralizing. I mean, in the first inning, we started off 2 leadoff base hits, and then anytime you're down 7-0, especially in a game like this where it's do or die, you're never going to give up no matter if it's 7-0 or 15-0. So, the whole game we were trying to battle back, we just couldn't get it together.
Stephen, in your mind, just moving forward with this program, you're a junior eligible for next year, but just moving forward, what kind of needs to be done to right the ship?
I'm not sure. I think we have all the pieces here. We definitely have a lot of really good players, and I think everyone that's just needs to get the job done, and I think we definitely have all the pieces to have a World Series team here, and I think everyone just needs to get the job done. That's all it is.
Jim, you said you had $1 million a million thoughts going through your head. When you try to pinpoint something that sticks right in, Louis Ababo, CBS.
1 second. Is anything else for the student athletes? We'll let you guys go.
Peter, does this kind of, how's your perception of the draft now? Does it kind of put a, damper on it a little bit?
You know, to be quite honest, you know, I'm not even thinking about it right now. You know, it's a tough loss out there for me. You know, that's still on my mind. You know, when that comes and thoughts about that will start happening, but you know, I'm still pretty torn apart from losing out there.
Okay.
Peter, Steven, you guys can go. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Questions for Coach Morse?
Jim, what was the reaction in the clubhouse, and what was it like when you were talking to them?
Well, I had a very short meeting because I want to collect my thoughts really before I talk to the team. I just said we got to figure out a way to get back better, and get better, and work harder and be better in every phase from playing to coaching. So I'll meet with them on Tuesday. We'll meet on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I get after the tournament, and got to figure out how to, before I sit and talk with them. But you got to turn the page, and get ready. Crazy thing is you got to start thinking about next year and get ready and figuring out how to get back to the NCAA tournaments in Omaha.
Jim, because of the way you guys lost, I'm sure there's a million things going through your mind, but the little things, the mistakes you guys were making that are kind of uncharacteristic of a program like this, is that mainly the focus?
Well, I mean, we didn't make mistakes today. We played good defense. We're not a club that scores a lot of runs ever. We got a pitch, and we got down big. It's very difficult for this team to come back, and then you throw in there Johnson pitching against you. It's a difficult situation. I mean, we're a team that we got to pitch. Our starters got to throw good. Our bullpen's got to get it done. We got to play solid defense. If we score 4 or 5 runs, we got to win. And from the beginning of the year, we knew that we did not score a lot of runs. So, today's game was a crazy game, and Stephen Ewing's thrown very well for us all year. And the fact is, I knew that we got to win, 4 times, and to win this tournament. So, with Ewing pitching and pitching solid, you're trying to save your next 2 starters. Impossible. And we ended up throwing our 2 starters in this game along with him to get through this game. So, just a tough loss. It's a tough loss. I'd rather lose today the way we lost than the way we lost yesterday. We played bad yesterday. Today, we got beat. Missouri State played outstanding game. We played good defense. They pitched better than us, and that's the way the game goes. We just got to figure out how to get better in all phases of the game. For me, as I said, that means the players, execution by the players, improving players, the coaching, every phase of the game.
Jim, this is a hard question, but I know fans in the community are voicing their frustration and what they perceive to be the program's decline. And some of that frustration is naturally directed toward you. How would you address that criticism?
Well, I mean, first of all, I understand. I mean, our fans along with me are very spoiled. And, I know they're frustrated, and I know they're calling for my head. I mean, I'm not crazy. And, I've heard people say that, so I don't read it, to be honest with you. We're very spoiled. We're expected to get to Omaha every year. And that's a very, very tough thing. So I can only say we got to get better. We got to have better recruiting classes. We got to coach better as a staff. We got to execute better as a team. And we're addressing that, and we're talking about it. And I think that I think I've got a very good coaching staff. Gino's been proven as a recruiter, and I think having him back, and JD's done a very good job with our pitchers. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but it comes down to a lot of work. People don't realize how hard, a team works. And when I say a team, I'm not just talking about coaches, I'm talking about players. You bust your butt starting August 24th when we get in here, lifting and running and conditioning and trying to get stronger, trying to get better on the baseball field, paying the price, 6 days a week, those type things to try to get better. And we're trying hard. Our team's trying hard, and we're not trying any less hard than we did when we went to 11 times to the World Series out of our first 15 years, or 6 times in a row. You know, it just don't happen. You know, it doesn't happen pretty much.
Jim, do you still love the college game the way you used to?
Of course I do. Of course I do. If I ever get to the point where I don't, then I won't coach. You know, and it's my 35th year as a head coach. I was very lucky. I was at age 24. I was a head coach in college, and so I was just very lucky at that point. So I enjoy the challenge. I love the games. I hate the games on days like the day yesterday. But I love the games. I love the competition. I enjoy being around our players. I enjoy being around our alums and our fans. And it's a great place to coach. Miami baseball is as good a place as anywhere in America. I left the #1 team in the country, Georgia Tech, to come to what I thought was the best program in the country, and best decision I ever made.
Jim, having said that and coached all those years, is this the worst you've ever felt coming out of one of these tournaments? I mean, it's got to be up there, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, two and outs, not the way Miami's finished ever. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating as a coach and as our team. It's very emotional locker room, to be honest.
Jim, considering your success here, 2 national championships, all of your trips to the World Series, is any of that criticism? Do you think the criticism is justified at all, or?
You know, they can see what they want. They pay for the tickets, and they pay to support the program. I understand that. And, you know, our fans are very loyal. They're very spoiled, very loyal, just like our football fans. Same deal. And, I understand that. And, personally, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. We got to figure out how to get it going again, big time. And around here, it doesn't mean get it going. It means get it going big time, or you're not happy.
I know you're not used to being in this situation, obviously. Do you feel like it rarely happens, do you feel like you have the support of the administration behind you, of Sean and Don Shalala?
I think so. I think we'll find out, I guess, huh? Yeah, I feel like it. And, you know, so I mean, the biggest thing that's happened is the last 2 or 3 years we've been crushed in the draft. And on our team and all our recruiting classes, as people that follow closely know, it's something that's out of your control. And, you know, there's no one more anxious for the draft starting on Monday at 7 o'clock than me. And there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to see where the players we have. I mean, we've signed some of the best players in the country. We've signed the best player in Puerto Rico. But, you know, you got to sign players that go to school. You know, we got the best pitcher in Florida. You know, he's going to go in the first round. We got the best center fielder in Florida. That's going to sign. All 3 of those guys are going to be first rounders. We got those guys. So we got some really good players signed. But we got some other players that are marginal that may come to school. And we got to get a break and get some of those guys to come to school, and then we got to get it done with them. And that's what's happened in the past. Miami's never, the highest draft pick for me to ever come to school was an 8th rounder. Jamal Weeks came to school, turned out $800,000 and came to school. And, you know, players like that are very unique guys that can really play. Of course, he's in the big leagues. Talked to him yesterday.
Can you pinpoint maybe a couple or 2 or 3 things that the program needs moving forward? Just you mentioned guys coming from the draft, but just what this program needs to get back to winning big time, like you said.
We need to put together a couple of recruiting classes that are very, very solid with guys that can play the game. And, you know, it's our job to make sure they play it, and do our best job of teaching them and making them team players and learn what Miami baseball is about. I got Miami guys that played here with JD. It's a winningest pitcher in the history of the College World Series and at the University of Miami. Gino DeMari played in the World Series 3 out of 4 years. JD every year. I mean, we got guys who know what it takes to get to Miami. So we've got to just get the right players, and we'll get it done.
You mentioned the draft. It's been, you know, it's hit you hard lately. Are you optimistic about next week, or how are you approaching next week's draft?
I'm concerned. I don't know, optimistic or bad. I'm not optimistic. I don't know. You know, this is a very unusual draft with all the new guidelines now, with the fact that the slots a certain money value, and if they go over those slots, then it hasn't been like it was in the past. You were at a tax, that you were taxed, and the New York Yankee says, to heck with that, you know, I'll sign anybody I want, because but how much do I need to pay? Not a problem. But today, with this draft, and not only that luxury tax, but the fact that you're going to lose draft picks next year, it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. And some teams, and I talked to scouts, scouting cross-checkers, and scouting directors, and everybody else, and you know, I was talking to them before the game today. And one team says one thing, and one team says another thing. They don't know how it's going to work out, so it'll be a very interesting thing. But bottom line, in my opinion, more guys are going to go to college, which is good for college baseball. And at the end of the day, I think it's good for professional baseball. I think they're signing too many guys that are not top prospects. When you say that after the first round, 98% of the guys do not make it to the major leagues, 98% of those guys should have gone to college if they were capable of going to college, in my opinion. And maybe they would have matured physically and mentally, and maybe they would have made it, because the success rate of college baseball players are higher in the major leagues than they are high school guys.
How much can getting one highly regarded prospect impact the program?
Excuse me?
How much can one player make a difference? How much?
Oh, he can. I mean, we got a kid out of Orlando, Walker Weichel, that could really make me a good coach. You know, 6'6" right-hander, you know, throws in the low to mid-90s, throws strikes. And, you know, you need a break and get a guy like that. And, at school north of us, you've got a couple breaks with our pitchers like that. You've got guys that come to school, and we haven't had one of those since Alex Fernandez or Charles Johnson, Kenny Henderson, those type of players. Those first-round type guys that came to school. And, you know, every coach would like that to happen, of course.
One more for Coach, then we got Missouri State.
Coach, as you obviously spend the next few days probably kind of going through things in your mind and evaluating the program from top to bottom, what are some of the things that you'll kind of go over, and how will you kind of go through that process?
Well, I mean, I do this every year, whether we win a national championship or we finish the way we finished today. I sit and think a lot personally. I'll write down things, get my coaching staff together. I talk to them, what do we need to do to get better? What do you think we need to do to get better as players, as coaches? What do we need to do in all phases of the game? And then I try to put that information together, and we try to work together, and then it's time to recruit. You know, it's just a very big time to get out and get it done and find some players and outwork people. And that's why I think Miami baseball's outworked people over the years, a lot of it, whether it be the players or the coaches.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.